Hi Superstars, you have made it to the last reteaching lesson. This is lesson 6.9. It is about the division rules for 1 and 0. So division rules can help us understand how to divide with 1 and 0. So we have 4 different rules. Rule A, any number divided by 1 equals that number. So 5 divided by 1 would equal 5, or 5 divided by 1 would equal 5. So if I were to apply another number, 30 divided into one piece would equal 30. All right? Rule B, any number except 0 divided by itself is going to equal 1. So 5 divided by 5 is going to equal 1. Because that means I would have 5 tiles divided into 5 rows would only give me 1 in each row. So that's the same thing as if I were to do 30 divided by 30 would still be 1. Rule C is that 0 divided by any number except 0 is going to equal 0. So 0 counters divided into 5 equal groups would still give you 0. So for example, look here. 0 counters, but I'm dividing them into 5 groups would give me 5 groups of 0, which would give me no counters to count up. So if I want to show you with a different number, 0 counters divided into 30 groups would still be 0. Last but not least, rule D is that you cannot divide by 0. So you cannot do 5 divided by 0. It's not allowed. You cannot do 30 divided by 0. Not allowed. Okay? You cannot ever do a number divided by 0. So let's do a couple practice problems. 4 divided by 1. Well, I know that any number divided by 1 is going to equal that number. So 4 divided by 1 is going to give me 4. Next, we have 2 divided by 2. Well, let's look and see which rule it is. It's not talking about a number divided by 1. It's talking about a number divided by itself. So, any number divided by itself equals 1. So we got here 2 divided by 2 is going to give me 1. Because if I have 2 counters divided into 2 equal groups, it's only going to give me 1 in each. All right, here we got 8 divided by 1 equals 0. Let's see which rule that is. Well, any number divided by 1 is going to equal that number. So 8 divided by 1 is going to equal 8. For example, if I need to draw a picture, I have 8 counters and I'm dividing them into one group. So that means I'm putting all 8 counters in that group. Okay? Let's do one with 0. So here, I've got 0 divided by 8. Well, 0 divided by any number except 0 is going to equal 0. So the second I see that 0 in the first spot, I can just go through and write 0. Because if I had 0 counters and I needed to divide them into 8 groups, I'm going to put no counters in each, so we got none. All right, now I want you to finish off the rest of the problems on your own.